The sound is a very important part of the picture. It's not just a assembly line thing where you sort of cut the picture and then you just pump the sound on later. It's a much more thought out than that.
The sound effects in Star Wars are really what gives these fantastic. You know, there's a real places are all real. There always had to be someone selecting or creating the sounds that would be put into the soundtrack. And there's a real legacy there. The recordings live on.
ซาวเขาบอกว่าเลือก
over 5,000 sounds.
การทำซาวด์เอฟเฟกต์คือการเลือกซาวด์
I've been recording things since about
เราเลือกซาวด์หรือ
1970.
การครีเอทซาวด์ขึ้นมาใหม่ แล้วเอาไปเรคคอร์ด
And I've kind of kept a mental record of the things we've recorded, kind of a living database, I guess. Quite often I go back to the original tapes to find new material that
ถ้าดูเราสตาร์วอร์เสียงเลเซอร์ครับ
but the stock
อย่างเลเซอร์เป็นการเขาเอาตัวของแม่เหล็กอะ
but we have found they can
มา
resurrect it
มาฟันให้มันแฝงแม่เหล็กตัวนึงมันก็จะเกิดเสียงเป็นบึ้งบึ้งบึ้งอย่างเงี้ยแล้วนั่นคือเสียงของแม่เหล็กที่เป็นแม่เหล็กระหว่างเหล็กเหล็กแล้วก็ฟันไปฟันมามันจะทำให้เกิดเสียงเหมือนเส้นดำตาหมอที่พวกคุณได้ยินกัน
If they're left in too long, you end up with this interesting piece of art. It used to be sound. You can use these recordings as a inspiration sometimes for new things.
I've been working with Ben Bird, our sound designer in episode 2 for the last couple of years, and he's the godfather of the Star Wars sound universe. Make sure 6 is done in the first part. Most people don't realize all the different sound elements that make up the final soundtrack of the film. Like the Foley and the sound effects and the ADR and the production dialogue. And that process will take about a year before we get to the mix.
We're always on the alert for new sounds. And it's a 1942 gas air raid alert sign. It's disgusting. We collected a bunch of mechanical sirens, and that one was a real star. We took it and recorded it down in the parking garage, so it really echoed. Now, we use this for the speeder's dive in the speeder chase. I love mechanical sounds, you know, things that are, especially old devices, things that aren't, you just can't find them anywhere. One of the sounds we gathered was the Vickers Vinny biplane, which Matt went on and recorded. The sound of that airplane ended up being used for the sound of the gunships that are in the Clone War theme of the film. Some of the sound of that biplane was I pitched it up and made it higher pitch.
มีอันนึงอันนี้เป็นซาวด์ดีไซน์ของ Transformer
So when I heard that they moved it up, I went, oh wow, okay, here it comes, it's coming sooner than we expected.
As we were finishing Transformers 2, Michael had said, this one's going to be much more intimate, fewer explosions. I kind of went on that illusion for a little bit.
He had mentioned that he was going to tone down the action. Didn't tone down the action.
This is every bit as big as any of the other Transformers films, maybe combined.
Michael's great in the way that he works with us because he gives us a tremendous amount of freedom. So it's really up to us to sort of react to it and to create what feels right to us. And then we'll take it to him and get him to react. And the great thing about him is that he's very clear about what works for him and what doesn't work.
I know him pretty well. I know what he likes. He likes a powerful, bold, dynamic mix, but we really try to stay clean, and clarity is obviously the key here.
approach with these movies is to first just collect as many cool sounds as possible.
We make it a personal challenge to go out and record as much fresh sound as we can. It's inspiring to us to get out into the field and get new material, fresh ingredients. One of the things we talked about wanting to do with this movie at the most basic level was really push it to the next level in terms of how we take organic sounds and twist them into the electronic, and conversely, how we take electronic sounds and sort of twist them into the more organic world. One of the things we started playing with was an electric guitar to move in that sort of direction where you're just sort of straddling the borders between, okay, is that an organic sound or an electronic sound?
เคยได้ยินเสียงตอนเมกาทรอนมันออกไหมครับนี่แหละ
John Marquis performed, maybe an hour
ได้เยอะๆนี่แหละ
in 2 separate sessions of guitar licks. One place where those sounds really stuck were for these alien attack ships, which have big gun turrets that lock into place. And the motor sounds of those turrets locking into place are 100% John Marquis on the electric guitar. It's basically a when that sound comes up. The residents of Chicago should feel terror because they're about to get blown away. For a movie like Transformers, there's a lot of just physical recording things that we need to do. Like there's a military component, so we've got military weapons, machine guns, vehicles.
Alright, this is going to be a 12-gauge shotgun in our level set. Take one.